takes over. It's like a wave. And it transcends all the things in the lower frequency. Everything that vibrates in the lower frequency is transmuted. Mm. It's deep power. We talk about purifying your thought system, yes. But you live in your heart and you live in integrity. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Is that the ascension? When you're able to shift your energy and you're coming from your heart and your reality shifts? Is that the ascension? Or
yes. Yes. Oh yes. Beautifully said, by the way. That's very beautiful. Yes. You really capture the essence of it. Beautiful.
It's just a matter of resonating a frequency and then your world shifts.
Yes. Oh, correct? It does. Yes. Your world does shift. Mm. Absolutely.
So beautiful. You got to the heart of it so quick. I have a lot of kind of other questions, but I actually, you know, I don't want to dismiss that. That is so key, and I hope our listeners really, really take that in. And at the end of our little interview here, she is going to resonate her very high frequency, and hopefully it will transfer through the video, and everybody can tap into that.
Yes,
to your resonance.
Absolutely. And while you're talking, I can feel the chakras in my hand really vibrating. Just by talking with you like this, which it's a joy, and talking with everybody who's listening, of course. Really, I can feel my own frequency being higher. I'm vibrating at such a higher level right now. And I can feel like there's a rainbow being created from my hand, coming from one palm to the other. And I will invite people, not just to listen with their ears or their logic mind, but to feel for themselves. What feels right for you? What is your truth? Whether what I say, or what my people say, or anybody say for that matter, what feels right for you? What does your heart tell you? How do you vibrate? And I always say to people, please always connect back to your core. This is where your true powers are. You connect back to your core. If you feel doubt, you feel fearful, you feel alone, anything happens, take a deep breath. Connect back to your core right here, and everything else around you will dissipate. See, I can even feel, I see myself on a higher level when I do that. And you raise your vibration, your frequency raise, and then whatever was affecting you here on a lower level, you'll bring it here. It won't affect you anymore. See, that's the thing. If there's, lower beings or people who have less good intentions or whatever happening in this world, that's a secret. If you keep your vibration on this level, let's say the 4th floor, and they're trying to bug you on the 3rd floor, they won't be able to get to you. Because you have to vibrate on the same level as they are in order to affect you. I just hear something, that's my validation. See? The universe will respond to your song.
Yes.
It really is.
I'd like to kind of go back a little bit into your history. And, you shared about your youth. Yes. So then how did you progress from there and integrate your gifts and your maybe physical challenges into everyday life? What happened in your adolescence and so forth?
It's a very good question. When I emerged into my 20s, I had the very good fortune to come across this friend who was twice my age, very, very wise, very advanced as a spiritual teacher. And she made me realize that we are much more than what we look like. So I started to open my consciousness to the idea that, oh, wait a minute, there's much to me. There's a divine self within myself. So I like to explore that. And it was a natural yearning to explore that path too, because my people were always been with me, but they had to respect the path I was in. And they were coming in a bit more and more into my life here and there. And I felt like a calling from the inside. A calling that was so strong that I had to answer it. So I stepped into my spiritual path. That was my early 20s. I stepped onto it, either through teachers or mantra or meditations, books, anything that would trigger an awareness. Something I heard, somebody showed me a picture that triggers a memory. Everything was an invitation to go in that direction. So it's been a long journey to that. And one day I was laying in bed and I felt in a very deep, deep sleep to a point that I lost touch with my body. And I was brought aboard one of our ship, my Arcturian's family ship. And I could see the long corridor, and I was guided. A spirit guide was with me, which was a little boy. And he told me, he says, "It is time for you to meet him." And I said, "Who are you talking about? Who am I meeting?" He said, "You'll see, he's waiting for you." Well, he was talking about my Arcturian father. I saw he was standing there, right in front of me, about, oh gosh, very tall, probably between 8 and 10 feet tall. And when I looked at him for the first time, consciously for the first time, it was like looking in a mirror. It's like suddenly all the answers about myself were answered. It's like, ah, that's why I'm the way I am. I can see that. It is looking in a mirror. Physically, it was amazing. They have this beautiful cream color skin. It's very silky. They're tall and, you know, slender with long arms, 3-digit fingers, and they're so peaceful. There was so much love coming out of him. Plus, to make me realize that I'm his child. He had a child on his shoulder, an Arcturian child, and they both look at me with their big eyes. It's like, "Come to us. You're one of us." And I was just so taken by the experience to look at my Arcturian father, you know, like that. Then I call upon Archangel Michael, because I don't know if people are aware, but the archangels are in charge of the star nations. So the angelic realm is overseeing every nation on this universe. So archangels are in charge of every star nations. So if you call upon them, they come. So Archangel Michael came to me and I said, "I understand this is a contact, but I need to come back to my body now. Take me now." So I was brought back to my body, but it took me 30 minutes to be able to wake up because I was so far gone. It was an out-of-body experience. And from that point, it really opened the door for me, because now my people show up physically in my kitchen. 3 weeks ago, I was watching a movie and I'm like, "Oh, there's movement in the house." And sure enough, there was 3 of them in the kitchen. You know, last week they were sitting on my patio chairs outside, and it was just looking at me. It's like, "Okay, now can we talk?" You know. And when they come, they use a portal, a blue portal. So that's why people think that Arcturians are blue, because they use a blue frequency to travel. That's how they do it. So this blue portal opened up, and that was my cue. Oh, my people are here. I even found those fingerprints on my TV. Been in dust lately, Arizona. Welcome to Arizona. My human sense were like, "Nah, that's important." So there's a bit of dust, and I saw those 3 fingerprints, and they're equal. They're not, you know, humans' fingers are a little bit, you know, off one another. Those are really like equal, coming together, and they're larger. They're larger than normal fingers, and it's just printed out like that on the TV. But how do I know it's them? Because I also recognize the signature. There's a vibration behind that. When they come, the air changes. The vibration around me changes. The atmosphere is lighter. I can breathe. For me, it's natural to exist and live in that vibration. And I do that every time they bring me on board the ships. I can see that, the difference. It's amazing.
How would people know if they're being visited? You know,
how they would know?
Yeah. Is it the frequent you mentioned?
Well, they will either feel it. They will have maybe some kind of memories, if it's allowed for them, and if it's for the highest good to remember, and they will leave like a signature card behind. But if that person or those people are not ready, they're not going to interfere with their free will. They have to respect that too. You know, that's the thing. We have to respect everyone's path where they are. If they're ready, they will know. There will be either a remembrance or an impression or a physical sensation or even something visual that they caught and they will retain. Again, if they're ready for it, they will know for sure. If they're not, well, their subconscious will keep it in memory until it becomes you know, aware of it.
Are they here with us right now?
Yes, they're around us. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, naturally. And I know I mentioned it, but they want me to reinforce it, is to really to transcend your thoughts and live as high in frequency as possible, raise your energy. Because by doing that, you bring more light into your being and you shine from inside out. By raising your frequency, you also open up your crown chakra to your divine self, and also to connect with others and them. Hybrids and star seeds are bridges on this planet to help establish the bridge between their star nations and humanity, humans on this planet. So they're coming together. See, it's a big brotherhood of light. It really is.